I'm here in San Francisco, a modern 231.9 square mile city. San Francisco is home to about 800,000 people. Millions of people visit each year, though. When you go here, you can go to the Bay Bridge and the world-famous Golden Gate Bridge. This is one of my family's favorite places to go. We love to go to museums, walk around the city, and sightsee. Before San Francisco became a modern city, before the Golden Gate Bridge was constructed, and even before the 1906 earthquake, we are going to take a trip back in time. We are going to take a trip back in time to when the Spanish first came to San Francisco and built Mission San Francisco de Asis. Before I tell you about Mission San Francisco de Asis, I have to tell you about Juan Bautista de Anza's expedition to Alta California. He was an explorer in charge of finding the San Francisco River. He started from Tubac, Arizona, and stopped at San Francisco, California. In San Francisco, the Anza located the sites for the Presidio of San Francisco and for Mission San Francisco de Asis. The Anza didn't establish these places, though. Jose Joaquin Moraga did. Fray Junipero Serra was the founder of the first 9 missions, including San Francisco de Asis. Hello, my name is Adrien. I'm here to show you Mission San Francisco de Asis, also known as Mission Dolores. If you're wondering why Mission San Francisco de Asis is also called Mission Dolores, it is because this mission was built near a creek that the Spanish called Arroyo de los Dolores, which meant Our Lady of Sorrows. The Spanish built Mission San Francisco de Asis here because the soil was fertile and it was close to fresh water. Mission San Francisco de Asis is the oldest structure in San Francisco. It was founded on June 29, 1778 by Father Francisco Palau and Father Junipero Serra. This mission was named after St. Francis of Assisi. Mission San Francisco de Asis is the 6th mission that the Spanish built in California. The dedication of this mission was on October 9, 1776. In that ceremony, they rang the mission's 3 bells. They made this mission of lumber and adobe, with the help of the local natives. The mission was completed in the year of 1791.
Welcome, this is the Church of Mission San Francisco de Asis. Usually when you first walk in, there is a place where there is holy water. The Roman Catholics would dip their fingers in and they would make the sign of the cross. I am a Catholic too. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. The bell knew that the bell ringers would ring to awaken the Native Americans. Upstairs is the choir loft. Hello. I am in front of the church. Behind me is the altar, also called a reredo. The altar came from San Blas, Mexico. The reredo is made from wood. The reredo shows many saints and the tabernacle. The tabernacle is where they keep the bread for communion. sides of the altar are different statues of different saints. The baptismal font. This is where the baptisms were held. Many Native Americans were baptized in this church. This is an original wall from the church. This shows a Ohlone painting using paint that was made from vegetable dyes. These walls are about 4 feet thick. They are very thick. Imagine your home's walls. How thick are they? Also, look at these beams. They are supporting the church. They are pretty old. I am outside the Mission Church. As you can see above, the tiles are curved. The tiles are made of clay. The Native Americans used their thighs as molds. That's why some of them are really, really big and some of them are really, really small.
This is a diorama of the old mission San Francisco de Asis. This diorama was created in the year of 1939 to be displayed at the World's Fair on Treasure Island in San Francisco Bay. The people in white are the Native Americans. The person in front of the chapel doors with the gray robes is a missionary. This is what the mission must have looked like centuries ago. Life was very hard at the missions for the Native Americans. Many of them did not want to become Christians. They still wanted to believe in their own beliefs and continue their own way of life. The Native Americans had to work in the fields, they had to care for the cattle, and they had to plant things to eat. Every day, the Native Americans had to wake up to the sound of bells. Once everybody was awake, the Native Americans would go to the Mass in the chapel. After that, they had their breakfast and they went to work. Next, they had their lunch and rested for a while. Then they went back to work. They once again went to the chapel for Mass. After the Mass, they had dinner. Finally, they said some prayers, had some church instruction, Spanish lessons, and had some free time.
Welcome to the museum. These are some objects that the people who searched the mission found here. These are the robes that the priests wore during the Mass. And this is a statue of Our Lady of Sorrows, from where Mission Dolores got its name from.
These are some more artifacts you could see at the museum. They used the soap root to make soap. The natives used different materials from their environment, like grass, to make tools they used every day. These are games the natives played on their free time. These are tools made from bones. This here is what an Ohlone woman would have worn. This is another diorama depicting the life of the Ohlone. As we see these scenes, let us reflect on the tragic history of the Ohlone. Before the Spanish had arrived, there were about 10,000 Ohlones. After the Spanish, an estimated 8,000 Ohlones died because of European diseases, which accounted for most deaths at the mission. They also died of malnutrition and occasionally by violent means. When Mexico won its independence from Spain, California became Mexican territory, and the natives became Mexican citizens. Some Indians left the mission, others stayed and were used as labor by Mexican rancheros. In 1848, California became a territory of the United States and gold was discovered. People came from around the world to search for gold, and they viewed them as a nuisance, or at best, a labor force to be once again exploited. Forgive me for the sad music, but this is a really sad place. From 1810 to 1821, strained relations between the Mexican government and the California missions resulted in supplies scant, and the Native Americans who worked at the missions continued to suffer terrible losses from disease. More than 5,000 Native Americans are thought to have been buried here, in the cemetery. I noticed when I was walking around the cemetery, there were a lot of Irish people buried here. Old people, young people, and whole families are buried here. The lady at the gift shop told us that the people from Ireland migrated to America from Ireland because of famine in their land. Unfortunately, they died because of cholera.
I'm outside of the mission grounds in front of the cemetery, and this is where my tour will end. Thank you guys for watching my tour of Mission San Francisco de Asis. I hope you have learned something from me today. Thank you.